So we're down to the last couple of questions, and we've got a few questions already coming in from the audience. And if anybody wants to throw out a few more questions, we probably have time for 3 or 4 questions here at the end. Last couple of questions here. How much should you charge for pre-construction services from the perspective of a general contractor looking at going to the owner or an architect? I'm sure you did this in a variety of ways. So can you walk us through a couple details?
Yeah, I will. Pre-construction services, the costs are, it's not a profit center. A general contractor shouldn't want to do any pre-construction services if he's not going to be able to build the job, because when you build the job, that's where you make your profit. You don't make it out of pre-construction services. And it is expensive. There are many times that I would give away my pre-construction services in order to get the job. But I often told my clients that if contractors gave away their services, you get what you pay for. The cost of pre-construction services, and this is just kind of a thumbnail sketch, is about 1/2 of 1% of the project. So if you've got a $20 million project, you're going to spend $100,000 in pre-construction services labor before you even get the job. And that's a lot of cash. It's a lot of money. What I did most often that worked the best was that I would advise the owner that, yes, I was going to charge for pre-construction services, and it would be a lump sum number, and if I couldn't manage it within that number, that was my problem. I was at risk. But I might say on that $20 million job that I was going to charge the client $75,000 for pre-construction services, but he didn't have to pay it during that time. And this put a lot of pressure on my pre-con guys because they weren't just randomly doing estimates. Their estimate had to be within that 3% at the end of design, or I wasn't going to get the job. And so it was a lot of pressure on these guys to do it right. What I would do is I would then tell the owner that if I get in the budget during this pre-con services, if I get into the budget, if I do what I say I was going to do, then you're going to award me the project, and I'm going to build it, and I'm going to roll that $75,000 into the general conditions, and it'll get paid over the course of the project. So there I was taking a lot of risk up front, but I believed in what we were doing. I believed that we could meet this challenge, and it would typically always roll into general contractor, and I would have my pre-con services paid that way.